I was born in California, lived on the West Coast there for, I don't know, maybe 6 months or so when I was a little kid. And then after that, we moved up north to Minnesota and lived there for a few years. And then my dad's job, so he worked for a company called Western Digital at the time, and they wanted to send him overseas to Singapore to head up one of the plants that were over there. And he accepted that job, and that took our family over to Singapore for 5 years overseas, where we lived, which was super cool. And then we moved back to the States in 2001. We moved to Cary, as a matter of fact, in 2001, and have been living here ever since. It's got to be my parents. I'm very fortunate in that regard that my parents have given me a lot of opportunity. We've been a lot of places, traveled a lot of places as a family, and they have just supported me through my entire life, all the different paths that I've chosen, everything like that, everything that's led me up to being a law enforcement officer. They have supported that 100%. And that's kind of what it's all about at the end of the day, is being able to accomplish what you want to accomplish. You got to have the support of those folks. So I definitely did have that. Went to Apex High School. We lived in Cary, but we were like right on the border of Apex and Cary. So we got districted to Apex High School, and that was a great time. Again, I played football all 4 years. I started to lean out a little bit, as some kids do in high school. So being able to push people around, I made the transition over to defense, starting to hit people a little bit more instead of pushing people around, because I wasn't the biggest guy out there, but I still had a lot of fun, man, and played all 4 years. And then when I got to college, my football career came to an abrupt halt, with the exception of intramural flag football. I went to East Carolina for 3 years. I was not able to finish, unfortunately. My father passed away in 2011, so I moved back home when he passed away. So wasn't able to finish, but for the first 3 years that I was there, it was an experience. So I was looking for a job while I was in college, and my roommate at the time, it was my junior year in college, right before my father passed. My roommate was doing an internship for the Cary Police Department. That looks like a pretty solid gig. Do you think you can maybe, do y'all need some help? Are you accepting? Do you need to be an intern? Whatever. He's like, no, you can just apply online, see if they'll hire you. And boom, here they hired me. They called me over and said, hey, yeah, if you want a job, it's yours. I said, okay. So I started working for the East Carolina Police Department, and as a student patrol officer is what I was. Working in the community services unit was something that I'd already wanted to do for a long time. I like talking to people. I like going out. I like being out in the public. It's just a fun, it's a fun thing for me to do. And the opportunity presented itself to interview for that position, and I did. And then, hey, that infamous week goes by where I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to get that job or not. And sure enough, I get that call, and I ended up getting placed in the community services unit March of 2020. So that was really exciting for me, because it was a change of pace, and it was also something that I really, really was passionate about and really enjoyed doing. And I finally had the opportunity to do that in my career. And it was just, that moment was something that I think is going to stick out for me probably for the rest of my career.